Right, so I've just got here to the mystery park. Today is my 5k max test, which I'm hoping to do in under 20 minutes. That's been the goal. My previous PB is 20 minutes 56 seconds, but I've been training an 8-week block with my coach Connor Heaney, and I definitely think that we're getting under that 20 minutes today. I've mapped out a 1.2 kilometer loop in the park, which tries to keep the elevation gain as minimal as possible, keeping it as flat as possible. Today, currently it's about 26 degrees and we're quite exposed. So yeah, we're going to see if the heat plays a factor, but still, it's max effort. So we're going to go for it and get that sub 20. Let's go. Okay, so my 5 kilometer PB test. So as you can see at this point, the swim starts off really fast. I knew my coach warned me about this, so you can see me, I check my watch, notice that my pace is far too high, and then put the handbrake on and slow it down just a little bit. Just trying to maintain a steady pace right the way through, but we were planning on starting just a little bit slower and then increasing it almost on a negative split towards the end. So as you can see from the video, it is a really hot day. I think I said at the start it was 26 degrees, but it actually turned out it was 28 by the time we were running. And that was with like hardly any shade, hardly any cover. So we knew that it was important beforehand to make sure that I had all my electrolytes in, I was fully hydrated. But I think the average that I worked out that my training was at was 18 degrees. Looking back on my Strava, so doing this in 10 degrees hotter than what I've been training in, I knew it was always going to be a push. But as you see with these tests, it is maximum effort, and as you see at the end, it did end up getting a new PB out of it. So. So a lot of people have been asking me about my training heading into this. The 5k in particular, or the sub 25k, is a personal goal of mine. It doesn't necessarily lend over to any of the other sports that I'm doing at the minute. So a lot of my trail running, that's at longer distance. And again, with that, you don't really need to keep a pace. In places it's technical, in places it can be at a fast pace, or it could be that you're walking up a climb. So running 4-minute kilometers on a trail isn't necessarily beneficial, although I would like to be able to do it. And then for me, MMA, that's a lot more explosive training. So this kind of stuff can lend over, but again, it's not necessarily specific. And for those of you that follow me on Instagram, I've seen that I've been doing a lot of strength training. So this video was filmed on a Wednesday, and then I will be doing my strength tests on the Saturday as well. So that'll be me bench, me squat and my max pull-ups. So we'll be able to see from the last 8-week block that I've been running, which has been geared towards building my aerobic base, but also me wanting to test me 5k again, and then working out what my maxes are, seeing if I can break the 100k on the bench, seeing if I can get back up to a PB squat, and then seeing if I can break my PB on my pull-ups as well. that we're in is where I've done the majority of my interval training right the way through the last 8-week block, and so it wasn't anything different for me. This is the route that I chose to run, mainly because the elevation gain was minimal. It was pretty flat, and obviously with it being a loop it cancels out anyway. Also, it's pretty local to where I live, so it wasn't too much of an issue to get there. In terms of the exposure, obviously you are quite exposed. Could have easily said that I could pick somewhere where there's more shade, but you can't pick the weather on the day that you're training. Like, it was supposed to be thunder and lightning today, but luckily it was a sunny day. I say luckily because I get to relax in the sun now, but in terms of running max effort, it definitely took it out of me. So we will test again in the future, but as I say, that was the weather for today. So at this point here, I was a little bit sick, but I managed to disguise it as a cough. Shoes that I'm wearing are the Hoka Rincons. There's not the ones with the carbon plating. They were just like the standard. I think they were around just over £100. I got them probably halfway through lockdown, and now that I've had them, I don't think I'd ever go back to another brand of running shoe. I have tried a few others in the past, which I did like, not gonna lie, but they were more of training shoes, whereas this is a really good all-round running shoe. I've heard a lot of people have mixed doubts about them, but you can go online and you can watch all the shoe reviews that you want. It does just come down to you, how you run, what type of shoe you like, if you like the style of it. So for me with these, I kind of went off that I saw someone else on YouTube who was big guy running in them, and he said that they're perfect for the cushioning and they really help you stride, and that's kind of what I was aiming towards. So I thought I'd try them out, and now no looking back. So at this point, as you can hear my brother say there, I saw it was 16:58 when I looked at my watch, and I knew that it was 3 minutes to be able to beat that sub 20. Straight away I knew from a lot of the training I've been doing that we were always planning on having a negative split on the last kilometre, making sure that that was like my max effort. The last kilometre would always be the fastest. And from a lot of the negative split training I've been doing and the distances that I've achieved with it, there was no doubt that I definitely had that in the tank. In terms of dropping it to a 3 minute kilometre after already pushing that threshold for the last 4, I always knew it was going to be a big chance, but I thought this was my chance to just better myself in terms of the sub 20 was almost guaranteed to be out the window. So as long as I know that I give it my all for this last little stretch, sprint to the finish practically, and I ended up getting my new PB out of it. So definitely the negative split training has helped, and that's something that I'm going to incorporate a lot more into my training in the future. kilometers now was disgusting, to tell you the truth. I checked my watch, and even when I was sprinting, it looked like the distance wasn't moving. I was covered in distance, and I was thinking I'm definitely close to the finish here. I was looking and it hardly moved. So straight away, it got right in and messed with my mindset. My calves were already cramped from probably about halfway in. My breathing was heavy, and when you're breathing in just warm air, it really is disgusting. Because a 5k is such a short distance as well, you do struggle to get any water on board during it. And as you can see now, towards the end, as soon as I hit that 5k mark, I just went straight onto the grass and my legs gave way.
He's passed out. Do I turn this off now, or? There's some water in there before you come.
Alright, lad.
Yeah.
Did you have a crash?
No, just maxed out on a run. So cramping up with this heat, like.
Well, that's your own fault then, isn't it?
I know. I'll enjoy it while it lasts.
You thought you fell off the bike.
Right, so finished 5k about 10 minutes ago, and I'm still not in a good place, to be honest. The heat has literally took it completely out of me. It's about 28 degrees now, and I definitely felt it right the way through. As I say, no excuses, save that sub 25k for another day. I've still got that goal to reach for now, still got that goal to motivate me, but still a little bit gutted that I never got it today. But we go again. I think the final time was just under 21 minutes, so it was about 20:56. But by the time you was watching this, I'll put the final time somewhere around here. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.